Hello guys, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with Unit 7, that is Agri-Business Environment, MMPC-003. So let's start with the objectives of this unit. After this, reading this unit, you should be able to analyze the trends in agricultural production and its sales, production, sales, exports in India, explain the framework of evolution of farm policies in India, analyze the farm reform 2020, identify the gaps and key players in the agriculture sector, draw a comparison between state-specific industrial policies in India, and assess the role and importance of agriculture marketing. And let's see the structure of this unit. There is an introduction, and then trends in agriculture production, sales and export, evolution of farm policies in India, farm reform 2020, and key players in the agriculture sector, role and importance of agriculture marketing. Summary is there, QOs are there, and there is self-assessment questions also there. And let's begin with the introduction part. Since independence, the agriculture sector has witnessed a mixed path with a significant progress in agricultural development in India. The progress can be witnessed through increase in crop production, productivity, diversification, and technological developments. During the initial years, there were some hiccup and growth stagnated. However, since the mid 1960s, the growth rate started moving up and gained momentum, especially during the mid 1980s, but started closing the pace in 1990s. And this was titled towards food grains to address the issue of food security. It is turning unsustainable in terms of economic and social consequences, majorly agrarian crisis with sweeping migration to the cities and farmers, suicide, etc. The cast doubt on the future growth prospect of the Indian economy, which is majorly depend on the growth performance of agriculture. Besides, our import needs are well established when it comes to essential food products such as pulses and edible oils. So, to understand the various trends and factors responsible in shaping India's agricultural landscape, it is essential to know the economic reform and regeneration with the sustained and broad based agricultural development. This calls for an understanding of the factors that may have contributed to shaping past trends and will also help in designing the future strategy of development. So, this unit brings forth some of the important issues in order to understand the agriculture environment in detail. Next is trends in agriculture production, sales and export. More than half of the country is reliant on agriculture since it is the prime source of living and employment for about 58% of Indian population. The latest data highlighted that growth in GVA, that is gross value added in agriculture and allied sectors, stood 4% in 2020. Considering this, the Indian food industry is on the threshold of massive growth, increasing its contribution to world food trade every year. The food industry has huge potential for value addition with a bright prospect where the food processing industry, where the Indian food processing industry accounting to 32% of country's total food market. It is one of the largest industries in India and is ranked 5th in terms of production, consumption, export and expected growth. Okay, and currently the food and grocery market in India is the sixth largest globally with retail contribution to 70% and of the sales, and the agriculture, forestry and fishing growth is predicted to be 3% in 2021. Okay, and here is data, and hereby you just go through your material that, and there have been many notable achievement in sectors such as line of mega food parks and other sectors. Of the total 37 food parks, 21 mega food parks are optional. Coffee export has shown promising result and stands at US dollar 742.05 million in 2020, while tea export stands US dollar 709.28 million in fifth 5-year plan 20. Okay, and the farming and food production in India is expected to fast track its pace of growth in the coming year and is expected to achieve its aspiring aim of amplifying farm income by 2022. This has become possible because of increased investment in agriculture infrastructure such as irrigation facilities, warehouse and cold storage. An overseas increase in usage of genetically modified crops will likely improve the yield for Indian farmers with the help of concerned effort of scientists and self-reliance in pulses in next few years with the help of minimum support price will be another step. Other areas focusing on adoption of good manufacturing, food safety and quality assurance mechanism is essential for development and enhancement. This will immensely help and in achieving quality management and good hygienic practices by the food processing industry and will in turn open more avenue and offer benefits. Okay. And the next one is the evolution of farm policies in India. Legislative powers are distributed between the centers and the state through the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. You just collect the recent data and quote in your final examination for your answer if questions are from this area. Okay, and it will help you to score more. And agriculture is part of the state list, therefore only individual states have the power to legislate on such a matters, but the central government has residual power is there. And the domestic agricultural policies are 1947, 1965. During the initial year, achieving self-sufficient was the primary objective of India's agricultural policies, which was aimed to improve food security. Since the principal aim of the land reform was get rid of challenges imposed by the middlemen with the improvement of production while focusing on establishing worker ownership and equity in rural society. And next is 65 to 80. The era marked the Green Revolution, launched in 1965. It focused on using innovative techniques and increasing crop productivity with the help of technology. And 1980 to 91, the focus was on improving crop production during the Green Revolution. So the corresponding years focused on expansion in the use of Green Revolution technologies to other crops and regions. And 1991 onwards, the agricultural reform lagged the general economic reform, but over time, the policies regulating agricultural trade were relaxed. A major step was the transition from the public distribution system, that is PDS, to the targeted public distribution system TPDS in 1997, aimed to ensure that impoverished people get access to food at subsidized prices. Next is marketing policies. The National Policy for Farmers, that is NPF, approved by the government in 2007, recognized a need to emphasize on increasing farmers' income along with the production. The 5-year plan also recommended policy initiative to enhance the working of the agriculture sector. The National Food Security Act, that is NFSA, was enacted on 12 September 2013 with the objective of provide for food and nutritional safety by guaranteeing access to a good amount of quality food at affordable prices. And Essential Commodities Act ECA is there. An earlier amendment to the Indian Constitution granted the Union government a statutory right to standardize and regulate the production, pricing and delivery of essential commodities. Agricultural Produced Market Regulation Act is there, APMC. During 1960s and 70s, most of the state passed Agricultural Produce Market Regulation Act. These acts are popularly called the APMC Act since they regulate markets through Agricultural Produce Market Committees, and a state's APMC Act authorized the state to set up regulated wholesale market for agricultural products. There is minimum support price also, and the pricing policy defined the ECA and the APMC Act aim to ensure that farmers receive lucrative price for their produce while also ensuring that it is affordable for consumers. Okay, so this is about today's session, and continuation of this unit we will continue on next video onwards. If you have any doubt on this, you can contact our contact number also. You can comment it on our comment box also. Thank you so much.
i-tutor ES presents Ignou MBA, complete syllabus coverage classes and individual semester base, subject coverage program for MBA students online and flexible sessions. For more details, contact 62382 17885.